Just a quick recap. In our last episode, we covered why Tabo is known as the Ajanta of the Himalayas. We visited the caves where the monks meditated. A goodbye to Tabo, and we finally moved through the beautiful valley with the Pin River flowing along. In few minutes, we will be reaching the Dhankar Monastery. This is Rakesh Jain, and welcome to my channel, Wanderer. As we were nearing the Dhankar Monastery, we found this amazing structure on the mountains. It appears that these are made up of sand and placed on these mountains. I am amazed to see this small village after a span of almost 40 kilometers, taking its shelter on the foothills of the gigantic Himalayas. How people live here with minimum resources is such a stunning experience for a metropolitan like me. Finally, we reached and now heading towards the Dhankar Monastery. As you can see, this monastery is literally built on the edge of a cliff. I am standing right at the Dhankar Monastery. Even before we enter this monastery through this door, let me show you how this monastery is built on this cliff of the mountain. I haven't seen such a view before in my life. Dhang means cliff and Khar means fort. Hence, Dhankar means fort on a cliff. This signboard caught my attention. It says life is beautiful. 1 day, 1 hour and 1 minute will not come again in entire life. Avoid fight, angriness and speak lovely to every person. Buddha, how true. The monastery is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Dhankar used to be the capital of the SPITI Valley during the 17th century. It is at altitude of 3,894 meters. Earlier, this used to be a fort and also served as a prison. This is the view from inside. We could film only from here, and it was not allowed in the rooms inside, where you can find the ancient murals, Tanakas and the Buddhist scriptures that are worth seeing. These colorful flags waving so vigorously in the air was no less than a treat to our eyes. These are the adjacent buildings and in an abandoned state. I couldn't enter inside, but it looks like this could have been the prison area. This is the panoramic view of the Spiti Valley, the heart-stirring sight of the confluence of Spiti and the Pin River. Dhankar Monastery is listed as one of the world's 100 most endangered monuments. When you see this mountain cliff, you will not be surprised as to why this monastery is the most endangered monument. We resume our journey back from Dhankar Monastery now. See the steep edges and the slope on either side of the road. The brown colored mountain on one side and the snow covered mountains right across. See the curvy roads. It was indeed an experience to descend down the mountain after a long time, and that too on these curvy roads. Wow, literally no one around for miles together. Gurchud Bhai, who was driving the car, is trying to figure out how he wants to drive across. There is a shortcut that he has figured out after talking to the people in the parking stand at the Dhankar Monastery. Unless your driver or if your driving is familiar, I would suggest not to try these off-roads. We wanted to get across towards the other mountain. Looking at the tracks, at least we know that the cars can go. Can't believe that we have made it now. saw the two cars over there, we actually signed a breath of relief then. After the little off-roading experience, the journey resumes back. It is just that the water level was very low and we could take that route. We need to be very familiar with the route and the road before you try anything like this. If you see, the color of water is kind of bluish and greenish, but very crystal clear. The view is such that you don't even want to blink the eye for a second. For the photographers, there will never be a moment to give rest to your cameras. I can say that this place beauty is only preserved as long as it is not exploited in the name of commercialization. This signboard caught my attention. This park is specially renowned for the protection of endangered snow leopard. Pin Valley National Park is home for more than 20 species of animals and birds. All this water is due to the snow melting from the mountains. I am literally not getting words to describe this beauty. I can only say Mother Nature at its best. Amidst awesome natural beauty, this monastery is a must-watch attraction in Pin Valley. It is located around 10 km from the Atargo on the Tabo Kaza road and 3 km from Galing, a small village in the Pin Valley. Views of snow-capped peaks and Pin River from the monastery is truly unforgettable. This is another monastery at the Pin Valley. Let me just show you the view around. This is the view around the monastery before we get in. Finally, we are at the Kungri Monastery. See the snow around here. It is the second oldest monastery in the SPITI region, built around AD 1330. On the way back, you will see many children curiously waving at you or trying to stop you, maybe just to see your face, as not many people visit here. After all, these children just expect a smile from you. On our way to the Mud village, which is the last village in the Pin Valley, we realized that it is going to be a little far, and hence we decided to skip that and instead just take a short break. I had been craving badly to get near the water. The entire stretch is just awesome because it is less exploited, I can say. It was nice to see this public roadways bus. I believe the frequency is just once a day. Oh, I see a thank you board. In fact, I must thank them for giving us an opportunity to see this beautiful place, I must say. This is the landmark when you come to the Pin Valley. Lozer is 7 km and Kaza is still around 13 km from here. By now you must have realized why this is called the cold desert. Sparsely populated, and for miles together you don't see a single soul. Kaza is just 10 kilometers away now. The rest of the drive looks to be amazing. The view is such that it appears as though it is coming out of some fairy tale. Finally, we are entering Kaza. A sense of happiness filled as we have finally reached our destination Kaza after months of planning and preparation. See this beautiful village, Kaza. I am at the Jigme homestay. We are having dinner here in the typical SPITI culture here. This is what you will experience here in the Kaza Valley. Typically there are many homestays here, and most of the homestays that we have here will actually give you this experience. Let me also show you how this experience looks like and feels like, and I'll just take you around and show you how this kitchen looks like. The kitchen area or dining area of Mr. Vijay, who is the proprietor of this homestay. We do have guests from Delhi, Mr. and Mrs. Dharmesh, and that's Mala, my wife, and this is Mr. Vijay's daughter and son. One is studying and one is playing. Okay, and that is Mr. Gurchet, and that's Mr. Vijay, the proprietor of this homestay. And I will also show you something unique about this hall, which is the tandoor, which you must have seen even in my earlier video in the Mr. Funsuk's house, which we call it as a tandoor. Trust me, it is so cold out here, and this place actually, makes you feel warmer, and you really feel comfortable and cozy here. There is a fire burning right inside, and on top of it you have the hot water boiling. As the temperature outside during April is around -5, this particular room where this tandoor is the only place where you would actually like to stay here. Otherwise, once you step into your room, of course they do have room heaters and things like that, but the kind of a warmness that you get here in no other rooms you can get it. And I'm sure you will enjoy having your dinner here or breakfast. Feel free to contact Mr. Vijay. I will share his contact details in the description box, and I will also take you around the rooms that are available here. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you have liked the information, then please do subscribe and share the link with others. Thank you. This signboard caught my attention. It says life is beautiful. 1 day, 1 hour and 1 minute will not come again in entire life. Avoid fight, angriness and speak lovely to every person. Buddha, how true.